Hello everyone, this is Monocle Man and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be looking at something very interesting. So you've all heard of buttons and levers, yeah? Today we're going to be comparing the differences and we're going to be talking about how buttons are clearly better. Well, that's just my opinion. So let's start off with the aesthetics. Now as you can see, buttons, they look far better than levers. And I know that sounds quite simple-minded, and yeah, I know this is not my only reason I like buttons more than levers, but this is just one of the reasons. Like, buttons, they look far better, and yeah, levers kind of look a bit ugly, just like hanging off your build like that. They don't look the best. I genuinely prefer buttons, the look of buttons at least. And even though I am using the OCD texture pack, I still genuinely, even without it, I'd still prefer buttons. So now let's get on to the functionality of buttons and levers. So as you can see, the lever gives a constant output and the button only gives a 1 second output. And these can both be useful in very different scenarios. However, the lever might be more useful for things like piston doors and things. However, one thing that is worth noting is that there are such thing as the toggle flip-flop. For example, this, you can toggle it on, toggle it off, like so. Same with this, on, off, and this one, on, and off. And the reason toggle flip-flops, in my opinion, are better than levers is because levers have to be manually activated by the player. However, toggle flip-flops can be activated by any piece of redstone. For example, say I have, say directly above this toggle flip-flop there is a piston door, and I have a button there, and then I want another button on the other side over here. What I can do is I can open the door like this, and the door is going to be open so I can walk on through, and then when I want to close the door, I just press the button again and it toggles it closed. Now you'd think you could you do this with levers? Well, and the answer is unfortunately no, because now let me show you. If I were to say have one redstone line like this, just pretend this is leading into a door. If I turn one of them on, say we have them both on, turning one of them off will not open the door because the other one is turned on. This is an OR gate. However, using a toggle flip-flop, it is quite different. Here, let me show you an example so it's more clear to those who don't really understand. So over here we have two different 3x3 piston doors. You can learn how to build them on my channel. I'll have a link to the video down in the description. And there's a difference between these two doors. As you can see, one is activated by a button with a T flip-flop, and the other is activated by a lever. Now, as you can see, with the button, it's nice and easy. You press the button, the door opens. You can walk through and close the door behind you. And even if you come from a different side, even if you close it on one side and you go through another side, it still works just the same, as you can see, like that. However, over here we have the lever 3x3 piston door, and as you can see, when you pull the lever, the door opens nicely, walk through, pull it again, closes nicely, except this time, when you go through the other side, this lever is not going to work. And the reason for that is that this lever over here, it does not automatically turn off, and it doesn't lead into a circuit like the toggle flip-flop, which can be activated with redstone. This is why the toggle flip-flop is better than the lever. Another thing that you can do with buttons that you cannot do with levers is make the door automatically close behind you. Now, as you can see, when you press the button, it opens like so you can walk through, and afterwards it closes up like that. And the way you do this is you just have a pulse extender down there, and basically what this does is it holds the door open long enough for you to walk through and then closes it up soon after. Now, the reason you can't do this with levers is, well, quite obvious. Now, if I show you like this, if I were to pull this lever, you see the door would open, but then it would stay open. It wouldn't close because that's a constant signal. No matter what you do with this lever, it won't close at all. The only way it'll close is if you flick that lever again, and then only after the pulse runs out in the pulse extender will it close up. So this is yet another reason why buttons are far better than levers. Another thing that buttons do better than levers is, of course, button selector panels. Now, over here, you can see we have an RS NOR latch array. Over here, you can see just a simple RS NOR latch array. And as you can see, when you hit this button, the lamp corresponding will turn on. However, the same sort of is with the lever corresponding, except when you flick another one, that doesn't turn off. The thing is, you can't reset it because it doesn't automatically reset like the buttons do. So this is why you can't really make selector panels with levers, if you get what I'm saying. Because then you can select, well, all of them. And that's kind of, well, that kind of doesn't really work that well, like selecting all of them. You're not really... Yeah, I think so if you want only to select one and it to actually have a real input of value, then again, buttons are a far better option, as you can see with this RS NOR latch array. When I press this button over here, the only output will be from this comparator because that will turn off. However, this is falling edge. There are rising edge designs as well. But yes, the button selector panel can only use buttons and not levers. Moving back a bit to the aesthetic side of things, I've seen many builds, and I mean like not technical builds like these piston doors and things, but I mean I've seen many architectural builds that use buttons as like rocks on the floor, or like just as decoration on the wall. But never have I ever seen someone use levers. So that just shows you that clearly people like buttons a lot more than they do levers. And I know that like it's a little bit controversial, and then probably like as soon as I say that, there'll be someone typing down in the comment section that they've used levers in their builds. Well, that's impressive. I've never seen it before. So yeah, can you please send me a picture, because I am quite curious to see if people have done that. But so yeah, this is a bit more of the aesthetic side. However, if you are more interested in the redstone side, perhaps the previous tips will be a bit more useful to you. Okay, so that's enough talk about buttons and levers, but we all know the best output is by far pressure plates. Why? Well, they open like that, they close, they're not controversial like buttons and levers. You don't have to have a pulse extender or anything to wait, because they just like automatically reset, and in a nice time as well. They're just perfect. Like, sorry for wasting your time and telling you about all these weird buttons and levers. Pressure plates are the best. You don't need any of these stupid button lever action. You can just have pressure plates. Of course, I am joking. This will be very, very useful, and it is quite difficult to link up a pressure plate to a piston door, and also hostile mobs can get in, so of course I am joking. This was just a little bit of fun. But however, that does just about round us up for today. If you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. If you really liked it, then make sure to subscribe, because that would really, really make my day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Now, you see, this is probably the first ever video with a bit of controversy in it that I have made. So, yeah, please just stay calm down in the comment section. Please don't start a whole argument. However, I would like some feedback. What did you think of this video? And also, I would like to know, if you have a different opinion to me, what your reasoning is behind why, if your opinion may be why levers are better than buttons. If that is so, please leave it down in the comment section. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.